Members of the Maldivian Democratic Party, whose leader Mohamed Nasheed has taken refuge at the Indian High Commission in Male, have called on Maldivian officials to set up an interim government and conduct free and fair elections. These views were expressed at a media briefing convened by members of the NDP in Colombo today.
Today, for the first time, News First beta tested its live digitransmission technology successfully when we brought you live visuals of the media briefing organized by the Maldivian Democratic Party.
I'm glad to let you all know that a special envoy has been appointed by the Indian government to negotiate between the parties in Maldives. And also that if we can't find a solution, if we can't find a way forward, the only way forward that we believe the Maldives can go forward is by having a transitional arrangement which is allowed under the constitution. We cannot accept a rogue regime supervising over an election that is to be democratic elections. We will not have, the military is politicized today, the police is politicized today, and it's altogether quite a large number of people, including their families. So we can't have this situation in Maldives and call it a free and fair election. How many observers we have is irrelevant, because it's not only the ballot box that is free and fair. The way to elections has to be free and fair.
Meanwhile, Indian Foreign Minister Salman Khurshid said that they are in touch with the Maldives government and are eager to find an early end to the crisis after the former Maldivian President Mohamed Nasheed sought refuge at the Indian High Commission in Male, fearing arrest.
See, we've been in touch, we've talked several times since this situation arose, and I must say that he understands the position that we've had to take, and he's explained what their concerns and their worry about the next few days is. Clearly there is an issue, there is a situation. Both of us are trying our best to find a resolution, but of course it's not just two parties involved. There is also Mr. Nasheed in between, and he also has to decide for himself what the next step is. Now, of course, while Mr. Nasheed is in the mission, his party and other people are active on the streets. What we have tried to ensure that the mission does not become in any way party to whatever the political positions are in the island, and that our mission is not used for any political activity, but just normal courtesies like the family coming to meet with Mr. Nasheed, his party colleagues coming to meet him. That is something that it's in a normal course allowed.
Indian media reports say that it is unlikely that India will ask Nasheed to leave the High Commission, as India feels it is up to the Maldivian leader to make a call.
If the courts ask the police to execute a court order, then they'll have to inform the foreign ministry to let the embassy know about it. You see, there is an arrest warrant now again. The warrant had expired and he could have gone home.
Yes.
But he didn't, and we waited, and now the courts have again come up with an arrest warrant.
So then if he goes to the court, it's almost clear that he's going to get arrested.
The whole idea is for him to appear in the courts.
President Nasheed must stay in Indian High Commission as long as there's a threat to his life, and until that is guaranteed, that he is safe in Male streets, until we are able to put away the murdering SO police in Maldives who are beating up people, until we are able to do something about that, President Nasheed must stay there. Otherwise it's very dangerous for him in Male.
Yesterday, a Maldivian court gave the police till 4 p.m. tomorrow to bring Nasheed before court, prompting the police to approach the Maldives Foreign Ministry, asking it to contact the Indian High Commission, where Nasheed has taken refuge since the 13th of February. A court had ordered Nasheed's arrest after he missed a February 10th court appearance in a case relating to accusations that he illegally detained a judge during the last days of his rule. If he is found guilty, Nasheed could be barred from contesting in a presidential election on the 7th of September. Demonstrations have been held outside the Indian High Commission in Male in support of the former president. Demonstrations which took a violent turn when police used water hoses and baton chargers to disperse the protesters. The police, however, have denied any use of excessive force. The Maldives held its first free elections in 2008. Nasheed defeated Maumoon Abdul Gayoom, who had ruled the country for 30 years and was accused by opponents and international human rights groups of running the country as a dictator.
You're watching News First. Up next is Action TV.
සාලිය දිසානායක මැතිතුමා මේ වැඩසටහනට මූලික ප්‍රවේශය ලබා දීලා එතුමාගේ කාර්ය මණ්ඩලයට ඒ වගකීම පවරලා.
After Minister Salia Dissanayake laid the basic foundation for this program, transferred the duties to his staff and then left to China for a service requirement, we saw a program on Sirasa TV which was against this scheme. This is because the other side wanted to give some sort of minor benefit to the provincial representative of this media institution and furnish them with false data and false statistics and sabotage this program. They made the provisions for this, so today we are fearlessly stating before the media that Action TV was wrong on that day. Sirasa TV was wrong. Today they have the opportunity to correctly cover the granting of home ownership rights to poor innocent families through the completion of this program. We at News First stand by our credo, we report, you decide. However, there are times when what has to be said, has to be said. Not only do we stand by our provincial correspondence report, which this politician is referring to, but we also urge our viewers to avoid wasting their valuable vote on compulsive liars like him. We will reveal the background and truth to this story on our primetime bulletins tomorrow, 7 p.m. on Sirasa TV, 8 p.m. on Shakti TV, 9 p.m. on MTV Sports, and 10 p.m. on Sirasa TV.
General Secretary of the Citizens Front, Parliamentarian J. Sri Ranga, yesterday declared open a sports ground in the lower Valley area, which comes under the purview of the Ambagamuwa Pradeshya Sabha.
The sports ground was constructed as part of a program to develop the sports skills of the youth in the estates. Politics is there on behalf of the people and not the other way around. We came to Parliament to fulfill the needs of the people and not to fulfill our needs. If this status quo is to change, you should change. Being in the opposition, if I can do so much, how much can be done by the government? You think that it is a responsibility to exercise your franchise. But politicians do not think that building roads for you is their responsibility. The time of the elderly is over. It is up to you to bring up the young blood. Subsequently, MP J. Sri Ranga declared open a branch of the United Trade Association in Hatton.
News First network of citizen journalists has been growing daily since the launch of our citizen journalism initiative, News First U Report. News First U reporter Anura Ananda from Kandy filed this report.
මේ ඔබ දකින්නේ මානුවර නගරයේ දොඩම්වල ගල්කන්ද පිම්රෝස් අනිවර්ත මාර්ගයේ පිහිටා ඇති දොඩම්වල ඉපැරණි බිංගියයි.
What you can see here is the ancient tunnel located at the Kinross Aniwattama in Galkanda Dodanula in Kandy. The well located here has been completely destroyed and has now become a breeding ground for dengue mosquitoes. You can also see how there is a threat of landslides on the mountains on either side of the road. The drains are full with rainwater and garbage has also collected in these. You can see how there is a threat of this being destroyed on either side.
ආනන්ද විජේසිංහ මානුවර සිට News First U reporter වෙනුවෙන්.
If you want to sign up for News First U Report, the country's biggest citizen journalism initiative, simply log on to www.newsfirst.lk/U Report. Join the U Report family and send in your video and photographs of things happening in your locality.